Hello students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start with the answer key of exercises in practice that I have already given to you in the last video lesson. You can see the answers from it and practice again. Today we are going to start the new topic, that is square roots and cube roots. Before going into detail, we have to know about that what are the perfect squares. Perfect squares are also called the square numbers, and perfect cubes are also called the cube numbers. Perfect squares are the squares of the whole numbers. For example, if the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are the numbers, and we are going to take their squares. The squares are 1. The square of 1 is 1. The square of 2 is 4. The square of 3 is 9. The square of 4 is 16. And the square of 5 is 25. The square of 6 is 36. Now, what do you know about squares? Square means when you take the square, it means it has a power of 2 and it is to be multiplied 2 times. Do not get confused in the concept that you're going to multiply the number with 2. No, you're going to multiply the number 2 times or twice. For example, if it is 2 square, it is 2 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 4. If it is 3 square, it is 3 multiplied by 3, 9. So on. If it is 6 square, it is 6 multiplied by 6. So it is equals to 36. If you want to know the square of any number, then multiply the number 2 times or the number to itself. The most common error. The most common error is whenever you take the square root, you multiply the number with 2. Do not take it, or even if you multiply the number with 2, it will not be a square. Now, perfect cubes. Perfect cubes are the cubes of the whole numbers, or in other words, cubes are those numbers which are formed as a result of the number multiplied to itself 3 times. For example, if we take the cube of a number, we have to take the power as 3, and the number will be multiplied 3 times. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8. 3 cube, 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 27. 4 cube means that 4 is multiplied 3 times, and so on. 10 cube means 10 is multiplied 3 times. So, to multiply the number 3 times means that we are taking the cube of the number. Avoid taking multiply with the number 3. Now coming to square roots and cube roots. Square root is a reverse of square, as taking square is to multiply the number twice. The power is 2. So square root is applying the power of 1 by 2. Or in other words, we can say we use the symbol or the notation, that is. This is the radical sign that we use to take the square root of any number. The number inside this notation is a perfect square. So whenever we take the square root on that number, it will retake the square back into a root. For example, if 3 square means 3 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 9, so 9 is called a perfect square of 3. Then we will take the radical sign or the square root sign on 9 and it will reverse back it into 3. In calculator, there is a square root symbol, but if you want to take a square root of a big number without calculator, the process is called prime factorization. Prime factorization is a process of taking product or multiplication of prime factors of the number. It has 2 methods, factor tree method or factor box method. So, before taking into square root details, we are going to see what is prime factorization. For example, if you have to take the prime factorization of a number 72, we will start dividing with the smallest prime number, that is 2. If the number is not even, then we can start from the number 3. So as you can see, the number 72 is even, so we start taking with the smallest even number, that is 2. 2 36 are 72. 36 is again an even number, so we will again divide it by 2. 2 18s are 36. 18 is again an even number. It will be divided by the smallest prime number, that is 2. 2 9s are 18. But 9 is not an even number, so it will not be divided by 2. The next prime number The next big number, which is prime, is 3, because 3 is divided by 9. 3 threes are 9, and then 3 itself is left. So 3 ones are 3. Now, when 1 is achieved, it means you're going to take the product of all the numbers over here. 72 is equal to, how many times is 2? 2, 2, 2. So there are 3 2's, and there are 3 2 times. So we will write 2 power cube multiplied by 3 power square. This is the prime factorization of 72. Now take 187 and prime factorization of 8. As 187 is not an even number, we cannot divide by 2. It is also not divided by 3, not divided by 7, not divided by 9, but instead it is divided by 11. 11 17s are. And again, 17 is a prime number, so we'll say 17 ones are 17. So the prime factorization of 187 is 11 multiplied by 17. Prime factorization of 336 and 630 is as follows. You can check by doing it yourself. So challenge yourself, students. We'll use the prime factorization in taking square root. So again, come back to square root. Now, we all know how to take the prime factorization. So the number which is inside the square root sign means that 1764 is to be taken for the square root. So go and take the prime factorization, but now the product of the prime factors are written under the radical sign, under the square root sign. Once we take the pairs, as there are 2 2's, call one pair, 2 3's, call one pair, and 2 7's, call one pair. The one pair will come out of the radical sign, and then 1 2 is here, 1 3 is here, and 1 7 is here. Now multiply all the numbers to get equal. That is 42. So it means the square root of 1764, after taking the prime factorization with the process of prime factorization, and then put it under the square root sign and take outside the numbers which are in pair, you will get the square root value. So in case, it is clear that square root of 1764 is 52. Now take the square root of 576. The product of the prime factors are 2 power 6 into 3 power 2, which means there are 6 times 2 and 2 times 3. So there will be 3 pairs of 2 and 1 pair of 3. So 3 pairs of 2 means 3 times 2 is coming outside and 1 times 3 is coming outside. And the square root of 576 is 24. Or in other words, we can say 576 is a perfect square of 24, because when we take the square root of 576, it is equal to 24. Now, the square root of 980. Students, challenge yourself. Take the prime factorization and then check it, and then divide it, and then get it. The eta is equal to 99. Cube roots. The cube roots are the reverse of cubes. The symbol or notation to represent the cube root is similar to square root. Only the difference is 3 is here. The number inside notation is a perfect cube, so whenever we take the cube root on the number, it will retake the cube back into a root. For example, if the perfect cube, we are taking the cube of 3, it means that we are multiplying the 3 3 times, which is equal to 27. And if we take this 27 inside the cube root sign, it is reversed to 3. So now, again, the same process can be utilized for cube root. Once you are having the number 3375, you have to take its prime factorization. And when you are taking the cube root of 3375, it means the product of the prime factors are also inside the cube root sign. Now students, challenge yourself and find from your own findings what is the cube root. After taking 3 times 3, it means we are taking one triplet out and the other triplet out, and then once we have taken the triplet out, it will become the cube of a number. 21952 is yet one other example. If you are taking the cube root of 21952, it means you are taking the cube root of product of its prime factors. 6 times 2 means there are 2 triplets of 2, and 7 times 7 into 3 means 7 power 3 means that 7 is 3 times. So one triplet of 7 is outside and 2 triplet of 2 is outside. So we are multiplying 2 2's are 4, 4 7's are 28. So cube root of 21952 is 28. Thank you, students. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Take care.